I gave Chuck a CD when I met him. And after I had got settled in at the show and I became like, me and Mike were the top subs. We were there all the time. I was hanging out with Chuck one day. I was like, man, I didn't really know you. I know Ron recommended me, but he came over to my house a couple times and helped me out. And I found out for other candidates, he didn't do that. He's like, well, man, I think I had 100 people recommended to me. Some of my friends who I knew couldn't do it or didn't want to do it. So of the 100 guys I didn't know, only like 2 people, you being one, gave me a recording of themselves. And once I heard that recording, I was like, this is my man, and then I went and heard you play and I was like, this is my man. So the thing about like just sending out the email to everybody and, asking, they're like, I want to send an email. I'm in town. Here I am, New York, Listen, I don't know what to tell you other than like, I did 1,000 shitty gigs before I got a chance. Like I like slugged it out in the trenches. I didn't roll into town and send 3 emails of like, oh, can I have a chance to sub for you? Like I would never tell you not to pursue your dream, but if you're a conductor on a Broadway show and you have a sub drummer sitting under you, you want to think that person has played a lot of gigs. Like, the conductors are so uncomfortable with a drummer the first time. They don't know what's going to happen. To know that person's been in the trenches and they played a lot of music, that's what they want. Like, so being in the scene and playing with people and yes, approaching people at club dates, like you said, but doing enough gigs to where hopefully you start to say yes or no to the gigs you're being offered, and you're doing that. You got to be playing. And so that's I have analogs to that story where I happened to be on a gig and it was like, oh man, this person's in, and then I led to another gig. I mean, it's a social business. It's not like sending the boilerplate email that you described before. It's doing an interview. This business doesn't really work like that.